so I can't even see if it's live yet. It should be live though. Yeah, it's live.
Yo.
Yo.
What's goody?
Yo.
What's up? Y'all have it open in another window where y'all could see it?
I'm about to check my phone now.
Yeah.
So you could see how you look in the frame or something.
Oh yeah, it's looking lit, son. It's looking live.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
So we back with another one of these.
Alright. 10:37. Jesus.
Oh man, this just sounds disgusting when you say it.
Right.
10-37.
Nigga, this is awful,
That's a
bro.
lot. That's a lot of losses.
Garbage, man. I knew that was gonna be bad, but I wasn't ready for it to be this bad. So I was not ready for 10-36, bro.
Yeah, because it's like even before the season started and Knox was on. I remember he was doing like the little press run post draft. He's like, like 30 games in the East. You could be kind of in the hunt at least.
Wrong,
like he was like, we're gonna try and make a run. And it's like I never thought they were gonna make the playoffs, but 10 wins at this point.
10 wins is dismal, bro. That is.
And honestly,
awful.
I'm not sure I could see them getting to 25.
They're not getting 20.
Nah.
They're not
yeah,
getting
right?
20.
20.
They're not getting 20.
Which is good, but it's just rough. Like, it's rough.
Now at 18.
I'm trying to explain like tanking to my dad. He doesn't understand. He's like, yo, why are these guys so awful? I'm like, they're tanking, dad. He's like, what? That doesn't mean anything to me. Like,
Right.
10 wins is bad, so I'm like, but, this is it. This is what we asked for, man. This is what we need to go through.
This is the rebuild we needed. Right? It's rough, to say the least. And to compound it, as bad as it's been, now there's this whole Kanter situation.
Here we go.
And it's like, these kind of things become like bigger issues when you're bad, of course.
Right.
But like, of course you could understand Kanter's frustration. Like, I mean, who doesn't want to play? But what's weird to me is like, I feel like it's because the news is kind of slow. It's like you got football, we got about to have the Super Bowl. It's not really, playoffs is kind of over. But like,
right.
I've seen people pushing the narrative like that, like the Knicks are doing wrong by Kanter, right? And I get it. Like, in terms of this whole story was, Kanter said that they told him he was gonna start a game, and then, Key Smart told him like that wasn't happening. And some people are saying, if that's gonna happen, the head coach should be the one telling him, "Oh, you're not starting." Which, I mean, I guess I kind of agree with that. Regardless, so after that game, Kanter went and was like, "Oh, they're not treating me right. Like, I deserve this and I deserve that," and it's like it's just. And now there's this whole people are bringing up, how Fizz had the issue with Gasol and. Could this be the same thing? And I'm like, it just seems unfair to me. Like, I can't even, like, I don't even know what the particulars were with the Gasol thing, but do you guys see any similarities in what that situation was and what this is? Because I really don't.
I don't.
Not really.
I just think. No, go ahead.
No, you go. I'll finish. Go ahead.
But yeah, like, I don't see the similarity because Gasol was there longer. Gasol was their best player, if not their second best, but you would say their best player. And the Grizzlies were never really like in a tanking situation. Like, they were usually a playoff contender in the West. So it's like with this situation, deserve may be a stronger word for him to use, like, because it kind of creeps off as entitlement, like he's entitled to play.
Right.
And though I think he does deserve it, or like he should play because he does play hard. Like they gotta do what they gotta do. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't see the similarity because like the Knicks are their ass. So it's like for him to just for you to just make a apples to apples comparison. Whoever did it, Gasol, Fizdale, now Kanter, Fizdale, like they're not even the same caliber player, let alone like situation.
Yeah, that's damn what I was gonna say. There was Gasol paid already? Did he already get his contract by the time the deal blew up?
I think so. I think so. I think it was like. Yeah, he was definitely. It was definitely like when if it was gonna come down between Fizz and Gasol, as it turned out, it was definitely about to be Gasol. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That's like bro said, Gasol's been there his whole career. Like, you know what I mean? They weren't in a rebuilding situation. They're still not rebuilding in Memphis. They've always been a middle of the pack team. Like,
right.
So yeah, it's not really the same thing. And Gasol plays defense, so that's another. It'll never be the same.
He got defensive player of the year.
Gotta see, you know why, bro? It'll never be the same thing.
Yeah, and it's like, cause, like driving home, I'll listen to like Michael K, right? And I feel like I don't want to accuse him of being like the Yes Network guy, you know, like pro nets, whatever. But it's like he's saying like, you know, like Kanter is a veteran and you can't treat like he was just like really doing a lot, saying like, you know, you can't treat him like this. It doesn't reflect well in the league, and I honestly don't even like. I think the league understands the situation. I think everybody understands the situation. Like, granted, maybe should he be in the rotation? Maybe, but I mean, as like he's not under contract past this year, and there are plenty of numbers that you could look at that, like, is Kornet a better basketball player than Kornet in a vacuum? Probably. I guess that's fair to say. But there's also plenty of numbers that will show you that the Knicks are better off with Kornet playing in a lot of rotations, and Mitch too. Like, is Kanter more established? Will Kanter go out there and put up numbers? Yeah, but it's not just like Jeff Van Gundy said. He's not. It's like there's no way you could say that Kanter is not being played above them based on like basketball, and I don't really think that's fair. Like, we understand Kanter, we understand what Kanter is and what he can do, but the better player in a vacuum is not always what's better team wise. If you understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if they're trying to establish, like Fizdale even came out and said it, if they're trying to establish a style of play, which is like being able to switch everything and versatility, that's just, you know, Kanter is kind of a dinosaur in that sense. He's not. We know what Kanter does, and it's just not that, you know, and it's unfortunate, but it's just weird to me. Like in all these other situations, like if Odell, like, just to make some kind of parallel, if Odell would have come out and say anything like disparaging towards his team, like, or oh, they're not giving me the ball enough. If he would have said that in a post-game presser, these same like guys like Michael K would kill him. They'd say, you're supposed to keep that in house and you shouldn't go to the media. But it's like Kanter, I don't have any issue with what Kanter's feeling, but like, why don't you just go straight to the coach? Like, there's nothing to be gained from saying all this in a post-game presser. You know, it's just creating drama. So it's like, which one is it? Is it keep all these things in house, or is it, oh, they're treating him wrong and this reflects poorly in the league? Like, there's no consistency with these narratives.
Yeah, and I don't like what he did, but I get what Kanter is doing. Like, I understand it. Like, so if he stays in house and he sits on the bench, people can be like, yeah, what's wrong with Kanter? Does he stink? You know, is he hurt? So he kind of has to come out and be like, well, it's not me. I want to play, but this coach is kind of putting me off. You know what I mean? So like, so he's kind of absolving himself of all like criticism, kind of like. So he's like, all right, well, this coach doesn't handle me properly, so now I'm putting the pressure on him now to trade a 15-9 guy, whatever he's averaging for the season, or whatever he could average. You know what I mean? So I don't like it. I was like, that's a punt move. You know what I mean? But like, I get that he wants to play. now he has to force a trade. That's how you force a trade. You don't force a trade by just going to your guys. Like they're gonna be like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna trade you. And then like, yeah, I got you. So then by now going to the media, it's like, yo, like this nigga ain't happy, so like, and I'm gonna keep going to the media. I'm gonna keep talking about it until something happens at the deadline or whatever. You know, if you kind of all that stuff, kind of just clean wash your hands, but like, I get it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
And that's my thing. It's like we all see the writing on the wall. It's inevitable. We understand he's not under contract past this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would have been moved by now if he was a easier to move piece. Like I feel like everything is there. We understand. Like it's not gonna be easy to get something of value back for Kanter.
We're not getting anything. Yeah.
Yeah. It like we know what he is. He can produce numbers, but if they were to get a second, like that'd be great, you know, because it's just the nature of the beast. Like it is what it is. That's why I don't understand why more people aren't painting it as all right. Can't like for what it is. Like you just said, this is mad transparent. We know he's trying to expedite him being moved. Like we get it.
Yeah. I don't like these. I don't want to sound like the old man or whatever the case may be, but it's like you used to honor the contract and like he re-upped the contract. You know what I mean? Like you opted in, like you had the option of opting out, and you can go wherever you want to go. Cause like as much as you know, like he gonna play hard wherever he go. You gotta understand, bro. It's the Knicks. Like we weren't that good last year. And it wasn't your fault, but that's just the team that we got. Like, and they probably not gonna be good this year when you re-up. But you saw 18 million, and he's like, "F it, I'm not letting that go."
Yeah,
understood. So now you gotta honor the contract, like you signed it. Don't try to create this big stink because now you're not getting the return on your money. Like you wanted 18 million, you got it. Nigga.
You got it. You just not gonna play. Like you just not gonna play.
Right.
I think just not gonna play. I think he knew the Knicks were going to be ass. I think
he had to have known, but it's 18 million.
Yeah,
so
in his mind, he's like, I can leave. I can leave this money on the table. I could probably re-up, get another deal somewhere, fucking Cleveland or Utah, whatever. Maybe 5 years, 30 million, whatever. He's like, nah. But if I come back to a bad team and I put up monster numbers, it's like if I put up 20-9 on a bad team, they're gonna be like, yo, Kanter can still ball. He's 26 years old.
Right.
Let's sign him to a massive deal. So he comes here, you know what I mean? He starts off the year pretty okay. We was talking about his numbers early on, like when we started this whole thing. He's putting up decent numbers, and it's like, all right, the impact is it's not really there, but like you can see what he can do for a good team. So he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna play myself into a new contract when I'm a fully free agent. And the coach is like, nah, you're on the bench now, brother. And he's like, yo, like, you messing up my pockets, bro. Like, you messing up my bread. Like, this was supposed to be my career year. Like, this is a contract year. Because he didn't have it last year. He didn't have a career year last year. He was okay last year. So this is his second chance at a career year and a contract year where he's like, yo, I can get bread next year. And coach is like, nah, you don't fit in with this team, what we're doing. And now he's on the bench like, yo, bro, like, I need to get paid next year. I need to play myself into a bigger contract. You know what I mean? I get it, but it's like, you signed that contract, bro. You came back. So
you took the bag.
Yeah,
like, the situation, and there's nothing wrong with that, but like you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
And it's like, and my thing is like with Kanter not playing, right? It's like everyone in Kanter's been in the league long enough. We all know what Enes Kanter is. We all know his body. We know what he could do. Like we know he could. You roll him out there any day, he could get a double-double. He's not gonna do anything for you defensively, and that's that. The whole league knows that. So it's like, you're not like, bro. We get it. You don't have. There was no. And it's all. That's what I don't like. It's no. You know, I love New York. I want to be here. And you know, it's like you're not. Yeah, it's so transparent. Like we understand what it is. We understand you need to go, and you understand that you're gonna go. You want to play. Oh, he's like. Because they spoke to them back in December. They spoke to Trey Burke, Courtney Lee, Lance Thomas, and him, and said, you know, going forward, you guys are going to be playing little to no minutes because we're going with the youth movement, the people we have money and years invested in. That's what it is. And he's like, oh, but I'm 26. I'm not. Those guys are 30. And it's like, But it doesn't matter because you're under contract for one more year and you're not getting another one here.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not playing here again. So like,
yeah,
there's no reason to play you.
because Coach played Lance last night because Cornette is out. So he played Noah at the 5 and he played Mitch at the 5. But then, because at post game with the whole Kanter stuff, they asked him and he straight up said, "I'm trying to instill out like this is what we were asking for. We wanted them to try and play the way that he wants them to play, regardless of whether they have the greatest personnel yet. So he's gonna put guys out there who can switch everything. He's gonna put the guys out there who are versatile. That we understand that's not Kanter. What are you gonna do? You're trying to switch everything and you're gonna play Kanter in Houston against Houston the other day. Harden probably would have had it.
Yeah, he would have 78, 74 or something like that. Like,
so it was just kind of disappointing because when he first got here, I was like, I felt like he was like a team guy at least. He with the whole not taking stuff from people. That was all cool, but to me it comes off like that was kind of like he was just doing what came off as he knew what played well
in New York. Don't come to New York. You're not the king of New York, LeBron. Like, shut up. Don't talk to LeBron like that, nigga. We don't like you here neither. Like, we don't like none of y'all niggas. Get the fuck out of here.
He's that guy that like he's gonna say he can't deal with silence and he's gonna speak up, and that's playing well for him in his personal. Well, not playing well, but I think it's big of him what he's doing in his personal life with the dictator in Turkey and all that. Like, I give him all the kudos in the world because if you all have read any articles about like what he's going through, like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's some wild shit.
His family is like persona non grata over there. He can't travel. Like he
can't go nowhere.
And I respect that. And that's the person he keeps that energy. But it's like that's cool in that aspect. But sometimes you gotta. It's not gonna play. It's not the right thing to do all the time. Like
sometimes it's about this dog. When keeping it real goes wrong, like
exactly. That's it.
You gotta just block the shot. You know what I mean? You gotta
that too. Like
you gotta just play pick and roll properly. I don't care about talking, bro. Like get over there and help your guard. That's it. So, like, get up there and trap the pick and roll. So, like, talk to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Contest.
That's a shot, you know what I mean? Do that, you know what I mean? And that's all. Nigga, don't talk to LeBron like that. You haven't deserved it. You haven't earned that yet, brother. You get out of here. We don't like none of y'all niggas. You or LeBron, both I believe. Fuck out of here.
None of y'all the king of New York.
Right.
Zion is the king of New York.
Zion.
Zion.
I hope that's where we all at. We all team Zion right now, right? Like
I'm a little on John Morant, whatever his name is. I'm caught on that bandwagon now, man.
Surprisingly though, like I heard Seth Greenberg on the radio the other day, and he was like, "This is like all-time bad draft coming up," and I'm like, "What? Like, really? Yeah, I hadn't heard that. Maybe it's top heavy. I feel like there's a lot of guys. Like, I mean, I'm not super high on the other two Dookies. Like, I'm not super high on RJ.
After watching him play a few times, I'm kind of like, I kind of felt like early on I wanted either of the three. Now I'm like, I don't really see star power in any of them. They're all going to be very good rotation guys.
Cam seems to disappear some. RJ seems like he might be like a volume scorer. Maybe like I'm not seeing transcendence in anyone other than Zion. But Ja is another one. I really like Jarrett Culver. Culver.
Culver.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't see the same thing with Barrett and Reddish. I don't. I'm like superstar off the bat or at all. Like I don't see that in a lot of those guys. Like I think Ja is boom or bust. He can be either Westbrook or Emmanuel Mudiay, and that's what I'm worried about with him.
He looks so much more explosive than Mudiay though. Like I see where because when I saw him, I was thinking Westbrook too because
But he looks more explosive than Westbrook sometimes too, which is crazy.
Yeah.
He looks insanely explosive, and I don't know what position of guard he plays. I think he's gonna do a little of both. I don't know where he's gonna fit in. But like, if he does become a superstar, it's like I want to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we can't get Zion, of course. It's either either one of those two. I don't want no Bowl or
No.
other one of the other niggas. I don't want none
I
of
think
them.
I like.
Nobody from. I want nobody from the Pac-12. Like, don't give me
Yeah, that's
no
a fact. I don't
Pac-12
want.
players.
Yeah, I don't want none of them niggas. I don't want no West Coast niggas, me. None of that. None of that. I don't want no Arizona niggas. I don't want no
Right.
UCLA. I don't want no USC.
Oregon, like no,
No Stanford. I don't want none of them niggas. I want either from the South or the North, bro. That's it. Are you from Florida or you from Connecticut? I don't want nothing else, bro. Nothing
Or
else.
Carolina. Like, I'll take
Yeah,
Carolina.
Carolina got both. All niggas from Carolina. Yeah, give me one of them niggas. Man. I don't want nobody else, bro.
I like Zion. I like Jared Culver, and I think I like Ja Morant. Other than that, I'm kind of
I'm
kind of out on everybody else.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to catch up, but the other two Duke guys aren't impressing me no more, man. That first game was like, oh man, then game 7, I'm like, and then game 13, I'm like, nah. I'm still on any one of these niggas, man. I'm cool. So we gotta end up with fucking nigga that's like, what's that nigga name? I forgot the nigga name, son. One of them Kansas niggas. The ones that always be nice in college and we ass.
I need to talk about.
All of them niggas was nice in Kansas and end up ass. I don't want none of them niggas. Nobody not named Zion from Duke, bro. I don't want Josh Selby. I mean, I don't want Wayne Selden. I don't want Darrell Arthur. None of them Duke niggas. Give me Zion or bust, bro. If it's not Zion, I don't want nobody else from Duke. That's it.
Right.
Forfeit the pick. Just forfeit the pick.
Yeah, like, come on. Just give it back to the league. Like, now we straight, man. We go. Put the envelope back in there. So
Right.
Yeah, like Seth Greenberg was the first person I said, like, I heard say all-time weak draft, and then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, okay, man. I mean, he knows way more about college ball than me.
Yeah,
I hear a couple guys' names, but it probably is just a couple, like a handful.
It's just a couple, bro. It's just a couple.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Niggas is just trying to secure the bag. That's all. Like,
and that's how college draft was become. Well, and it's kind of older that way, but like that's what it is, man. Niggas be going after it, like, yo, like, I guess that's 5 of the niggas want to quote with you, or 4 niggas other niggas, like, I don't know, man.
Right.
Because we've seen bad drafts, but we all know bad drafts off jump. It's like that draft 3 years ago when Malcolm Brogdon won Rookie of the Year. We all knew that class was ass. We knew it from jump. We knew it from the combine, from the Final Four. It was ass. This one is like, yeah, it's a good draft because we're looking at Zion. It's like he's gonna be the next guy. But it's like if he blows out his knee now, who's the number 1 pick? Who knows? They're all ass. Like you know what I mean? Right. So like Greenberg might be on something. I might have to check that out. That whatever his article, whatever it was. Cause
it was an interview. Like he just like, or he might have said it on TV. And then, like, I was listening to Michael K in the car, and he had him as a guest, and he was like, yeah. Because even, like, he broke it down, like, Zion can be really good and pan out, but nobody's going to be like Luka. There is nobody's going to come in and be killing the league. Like, Luka was playing in the second best league in the world. That's why people doubted that he was going to come and kill, but it's still, like, Zion it's going to take time to be, like, a really transcendent player if that's what he's gonna be. And then after that, it's like you got a bunch of good guys. You got your Jared Culvers. You got a lot of people like RJ Stock. It seems people are like, iffy on him now. And Cam hasn't done himself any favors, but he's playing with those two. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, like it's tough to judge those guys.
Yeah, it is tough, especially with I don't know, like because Cam has a lot of talent. It's just you don't know if he's just taking a backseat to those guys, or he's just not that good. It's tough.
And that's the thing. Like with a lot of guys, like I want to see not take a backseat. Like, I want to see you sabotage the whole season. It's like, yo, I'm the best player on the team. Like sometimes it's like, yo, what's more important? So like, I don't know what you are, right? Like you're playing in the confines of the system, and you're playing with your guys, being themselves. It's just like, yo. Like break the system, bro. Like get out of the triangle. You know what I mean? Remember when Kobe used to do that? Like just we're not running the triangle thing. Like he would come out of court and be like, nah, wait, call ISO,
And then
like
it was like he was like, that means get out my
that
way.
means get the hell out the way. Like Shaq move, Gasol move, Ron Test move, whatever. I'm gonna get 40. Like sometimes you just gotta like sabotage the game. You might lose by 15, but it's like, yo, Cam is nice.
He dropped 40.
Right, yeah, Cam got 40. Yeah, it's like, there you go. Like, cause I don't know what he is, man. I'm watching him. He's, passing the ball, taking open jump shots. This is 1960s Kentucky basketball. I don't need to see that shit, bro. I don't need to see fucking DJ White make 50-foot bank shots. No, I want to see AAU basketball, bro. Like, but we're hoping that he turns into something great. And that's all we can pray for at this moment. Because I don't want him right now at where we stand. I don't want him.
And it's like, especially like I've seen a handful of Duke games. They were close games. It's like I'm looking to see like who wants it. Like at least RJ, you could tell like he's like, I want the ball. I'm trying to win. Cam is the guy, he'll like fall back. And it's not everybody's gonna be that guy. But if I'm looking at a top 3 pick, I want somebody who thinks he's that guy. You know what I mean?
He's
at the same time thinking. Yeah, right. Like I think if Cam had RJ's mentality, he'd
be a dog.
Like nuts. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't. He's
and it's like RJ is really good, but he might have too much of his mentality. He might think he's a lot better than
he's Tim Hardaway. He's Tim Hardaway Jr.
Right. That's the scary possibility with him.
Yeah. It's like
and I found out he's Jamaican, so it's like, oh man.
Oh, that's a wrap, son. That's a wrap. It's a wrap.
You already know how his mind go. He's a Jamaican from Canada.
Now I might want him on the Knicks now, B. We need another Jamaican on the team.
That made me want to root for him. But it all made sense. It all made sense when I found out.
Jamaican in New York. I was like,
who's the last?
Samardo Samuels is the last I remember. Samardo Samuels. Remember, he was on the Cavs. He was like a 4.
He had a big forehead. Yeah.
He was a 4-man, mad doughy. That's the last Jamaican I could remember, like that I knew for sure. Like, yeah, he's Jamaican.
We need another Jamaican now. We need another Yardie.
I can't think of no Haitians in the league, son.
All I know is Dallin. That's the one I know.
Dallin Bear. That's Scal Lavassier, but he's
Scal, yeah, Scal is Haitian.
Scal's cool, but like we need a dog. Like I can't think of no Haitian like dog niggas like in the league. Like yo, this nigga is hype, bro. Like at least y'all had Patrick Ewing, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
Yeah, Ewing was a dog. Like yo, that nigga putting on for Jamaica, bro. Like
yeah.
Haitians got Dallin Bear, bro. I've seen him get bopped in these times. Like, it's looking bad for my island, bro. It's looking bad for my boy. Like, I see this nigga get dunked on, so I'm like,
Dallin Bear was solid in his prime.
He was very solid. Yeah, but that's all he was, though. You know what I mean?
And I'm not blaming him. Hall of Famer.
Like he gives you exactly what you asked for. Like I'm gonna move my feet. I'm gonna block shots. I'm gonna hit a hook shot every now and then. I'm gonna get an offensive rebound. I'm gonna dunk it real hard.
Nah, he honestly played mad Haitian. Like you knew he was OD Haitian. He definitely looked like that Haitian guy in a church league. Like he had the wild Haitian game. Everything about Sam Dallin Bear was Haitian. Everything. There was no question. It was like, oh yeah, he Haitian.
He couldn't hide it at all, son. He couldn't hide it at all. Like this nigga is Haitian, bro. Like you see him like, oh, you Haitian, aren't you? Like
even his reactions after calls is bad.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Get.
That's my brother, man. I love Dallin Bear, man. I had to root for that nigga, man. I root for him hard, man. I can't think of all the Haitians, man.
Oh Oh man, that
What
one
made
is.
me laugh the worst? What made me laugh the worst is when Donald said in his prime, and it's like, when did this thing ever have a problem?
Yo, nah,
When-
Dallin Bear was lit in Philly. Dallin Bear was lit in
Right.
Philly.
I know what you meant, but it's just like when you hear niggas talk about prime, like you talk about James Harden in his prime,
Yeah,
like
it's
that
like,
put Dallas in his prime.
his prime was like
He's looking
7
like
points
prime
a game.
Dallin Bear, a solid 5 and 9
Right.
rebounds.
Like
That's
career
prime
high
Dallin Bear, son.
80 times. Like
Yo, this is wild. So I only see 4 Haitian plays, huh? Or born in Haiti, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I see Samuel Dellin there, Olden Polynice. Remember that nigga?
Alden Polynice was Haitian? I didn't know that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah, Scout, and then some other nigga named Yvonne Joseph.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who Yvonne Joseph is. Yvonne. I want to say Yvonne for y'all niggas, but his name is Yvonne, bro.
Nah, all over the Caribbean they good for a good androgynous name, son. Like Vivian, like dudes be named Vivian in Jamaica, like.
Yeah, I had a cousin named Stacy.
Yeah, Stacy.
He's common though. I can see Stacy, Tracy. Like I can see though. Vivian is like.
But I think it's Vivian Brown, who was like, and he was a gangster, like Shower Posse. Like I think his name was Vivian. Yeah. I think that's Dudus' real name, Vivian. I think
that's why they call a nigga Dudus.
Like imagine
yeah, he was like, nah, I'm gonna get a real tough name.
Don't call me no Vivian, bro. Don't call me Vivian.
Right, like imagine Ox and Belly and said his name is Ox is Vivian. Like
yeah, that's my name.
Take all the steam off.
Right,
like, you're not tough for real. Your name Vivian.
I'm calling him Shoe Shine. God.
All right, we gotta touch on your boy 13 in Houston, man. So, like with this whole Harden stuff, I've just been trying to look at it. It's like, yo, I'm not trying to be a hater. Like, I just don't want to, because I feel like Harden's getting he has a lot of detractors. And I'm like, yo, how can I not look at this like a hater? And I was thinking about it, like, especially watching him against the Knicks, and I'm like, there's something to be said about the fact that, one, you cannot stop Harden from getting to the basket. Like you can't keep him from getting to the rack. It's like, you know what he's gonna do. You know he's gonna go left, but the fact that he scores so much is based on the fact that you can't stop him from getting to the basket, and you have to guard him at the 3-point line. Like, he's not like a Steph or KD type 3-point shooter, but he's a solid 3-point shooter, and you cannot keep him out the lane. And, you know, the fouls, all the stupid fouls, and this incredible, like, just when you watch them, it's like, oh my gosh, this is hard to watch. Like, Harden will legit come down court, take 25 dribbles, jack up a 3, or just beat his guy off the bounce. But
right,
it's like, we all watch it and it's like, yo, these numbers are like mad inflated. Like, I've seen 60-point games, and it's based like me and Ro were talking about it when you weren't here, Joe. We like, you think of like Melo 62 in the Garden. You remember that game? Melo was
that shit was electric, bro.
He was hitting incredible shots he could not miss. Like, Harden scored 61 and he missed 15 3-pointers. Like, he wasn't hot. He just like. Right. It's like he didn't.
Right.
It wasn't like
60. It was like,
yeah.
It was like, what? He got 60? Like, how?
Yeah,
what?
It's so weird. It's like, yo, how you get 60 and you weren't like, you didn't even like go off. Like, you were not unconscious. You just got to the line a lot. You made 5 of 23s. It's so weird. Like, I hate it, but I also don't want to be a hater about it.
You can't escape it, bro. If they call me a hater, screw it. Like, I can't escape it. Because it's like what you said. When you watch a lot of high-scoring games, the guy is hot.
Yeah.
James Harden, you're watching him, it's like, you're not hot at all, bro. It's just a lot of attempts. Like,
it's just volume.
Like, I've seen LeBron, when LeBron dropped 51 last year against Golden State. He was hot.
Yeah.
he was hot. When Kobe dropped 61 in the Garden, he was hot. The minute he like first 2 shots, it was like, okay, yeah, this nigga's on. When LeBron came and dropped the 52, like he's on. Like Jordan fit the double nickel, he was hot. Melo 62, he was hot. Even Kemba when he scored 60 earlier, like he was hot.
He was scorching, bro. Like
it was hot. Blake Griffin when he dropped his 50, he was hot. Like you watch Harden, it's like, bro, you're nowhere close to hot, nigga. Like
how'd you get 60s? Like
right.
But
that's because he can't play off the ball, and I think that takes away from his game. Like, bro,
you think he can't, or it's just like the way they try to play, it doesn't matter. Like he just does not. He's not going to try to. He doesn't.
He shouldn't, because that team they don't have any ball handlers. They're awful. Like,
bro, I haven't seen James Harden cut to the basket. Like you
won't see it because he always has the ball.
He always has the ball. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, you won't cut to the basket. I've never seen him roll and catch a lob. Like I've never seen someone pitch him the ball ahead for like a cheap layup. Like I've never seen that.
Yeah, doesn't happen. Everything he and that's, I guess that's I have to give him credit for that, because every point he gets, he's set up for himself.
Bro,
like I saw a stat. Games. Yeah, he's on a game where no one has assisted him. Like
this, no one has 200, 300 straight points. No assists.
No assists. This is ridiculous, bro. Like this, he sets up everything. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Like, but it's tough. It's tough to watch sometimes, bro. It's like when he's hot. Like when he got hot against, in the fourth quarter, when he got hot against Golden State earlier, because he was awful the whole game until those last like 3-4 minutes. That 3-4 minutes. When he got hot, it was like, this is what I'm talking about. Like I know you can't sustain that for an entire season. Like you can't shoot 60% for an entire season. You'll be hot all the time. But it's like if you're going to pick his spots where it's like, okay, I'm going to attack now. Like, okay, the half's going to be over soon. We got about 4.5 minutes. I'm going to attack. Instead, he gets a game and he attacks all day long. He draws fouls, free throws, misses 3-pointers. It's like, bro, this is not good basketball to watch, man. Like, it's so boring, son. It's like, you know what they're going to do. They just go out there, clear it out for him, or high pick and roll, dribble, step back, travel, 3-pointer, off the back of the rim, hard as shit. It's like, yo, that ball hit the rim hard as shit, bro. Capella gets a rebound, kicks it back to him, knocks it down. Okay, he's 1 for 2 from 3. Next player do the same thing, misses a 3, gets it back. They give it back to him, dribbles again, because now you got 14 seconds on the clock. Dribbles again, dribbles down to 6. Shoots another one, misses it again. Scrambles. Ball bounces to him again. He shoots another one, makes it. Okay, now you're 2 of 5 on 3. Now that percentage dipping. You know what I mean? Like, and then it happens all day long, and it's like this nigga's taking 48 shots a game. What kind of basketball is this? I can't watch it, son. It's hard to watch, son. And then he finishes the game with 55. It's like, wow, Harden scorching tonight. He was not, bro. He was not scorching.
He was not hot.
He was not hot. He never got hot, bro. He never got hot. There's no like setup from the mid post, high post. It's just I'm up on top of the key, dribbling, cocking my head back, throwing it up. It's like, come on, son. Like I can't get with it, man. And I'm still a fan, but it's hard to watch him play this year, man. It's hard to watch.
And then he don't play defense. Yeah. Like you don't understand how it bothers me, bro. It bothers me because it's like. When we look at all the elite players, when like they had a thing where, and I'm not trying to be like the Kobe guy, but I'm just saying like they had where like he had 200 points in like a 4 or 5 game span. Like the only other player to do it was Kobe, and like Kobe did it like multiple times. If you watch the end of the end of the year, he was all NBA defense. Like he made the first team defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can take you being inefficient if you give me the same.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro.
I take it. I'm saying, so it's like
you're doing one thing on the court,
right? You're only playing one side of the ball, and you're not even doing that well. It's like what my boy said about David Ortiz, nigga. Like you were DH, not a Hall of Famer, nigga. Like all you did was bat. Like it was bat, nigga. Like that's all you did. You never played the field. You didn't have to do nothing.
He's Adam and Terry, bro. He got one job.
Right. You got one job, bro.
Harsh,
Hey,
bro.
you don't
Like,
even do that well. Like,
yo.
you wild inefficient. You're never hot. It's just, I'll get 48 by hook or by crook, nigga. I'm gonna get 48. Like,
And I've
shit is
never,
up.
we've all seen some chucking, but I've never seen somebody. His usage rate has to be like ridiculous. Probably
Nah,
like on some Wilt,
I
on
think it's
some
probably
Wilt level.
I think it's one of the highest all time. I think second's probably Will probably.
And like
Yeah.
I know they track like dribbles per game and stuff like that. He has to be dribbling the ball like more than anyone ever,
In
like,
NBA
and
history,
probably
yeah,
tripling them.
Yeah, he dribbles more than Bron, son. Like,
Yo,
and that's
it's
hard to do.
and
Because
it's like
because early Bron in Cleveland was dribbling the ball a lot. So.
yeah, but I've never like I would have loved to seen like what kind of numbers if you were to put LeBron, Kobe, MJ in this same situation. Like you just come down court and the ball is in your hand every single time,
Oh
and
my
you just
God.
either get a high ball screen, beat your man off the dribble. You just it's insane.
An average 40.
We talked about this for LeBron. We talked about this for Bron. If Bron gets a chance to play high pick and roll 100% of the time, he's averaging 60
averaged
points
40.
a game. Yeah, like just all layups. He'd never take a jump shot. All
Right.
layups.
Right.
Like all
Right.
layups free throws. He's probably 65 from the free throw line. That's fine, but he's shooting 90% at the rim because he's getting layups and dunks all
Right.
day long. So.
Right.
And
Right.
he averaged 14 assists a game too. Like on some real shit, and he's getting his own rebounds and running the break. No. Ron is doing 60, 14, and
LeBron
7.
would average wild numbers like
Yo, son, imagine
35, 15, and like 18, some wild shit like that. Like,
just call your own plays. If Kobe had the freedom to do that, he'd average 1 assist a game,
he averaged 50.
50 points. Yeah, 50 points, 2 assists, 9 rebounds. Because he's not
Right.
rebounds. He's like, just kick it to me on a break. You outlet.
He get rebounds. He get rebounds.
Kobe was not average no double-digit rebounds if he could. You know what I mean, like, he's just not that type of player. Like
He could. He could.
Yeah, but either way,
He could
like,
do it.
yeah,
He
either
had
way,
that
like,
pocket, but not that type of
he's that type of player. Yeah, like either way, like their numbers would be astronomical. If they got first of all, they got that many calls. So Kobe was automatically the free throw line. You know what I mean? Like I think he finished his career like 85 or something like that, which is ridiculous for a score. You know, and then
Right.
Bron would average that many. Jordan would dominate. Jordan would dominate.
Oh my God, yeah,
Jordan would dominate.
ridiculous.
Because these guys didn't get a chance to play in crazy pick and roll situations. Like Kobe played in a triangle where it's based on space and movement and getting the ball out quickly and making quick decisions. If Kobe had a chance to dribble the ball out for 13 seconds before he decided to shoot it, oh, forget it, son. Forget it, bro.
But it made them. I'm happy they never got a chance to play in that system because it made they're better players for it. Like they know how to. They know right, like they know how to do other things. They know spacing. They know leverage. Like they know how to manipulate certain things. Like they manipulate things very well with or without the ball. Like Harden this
is why it'll never work for Houston in the playoffs. Because when Chris Paul comes back,
right,
where does he fit in now? Does he stand on the sideline like Eric Gordon was? Does he take turns in the pick and roll, or does Harden continue at this pace? Because he can't. Like you can't like just keep pounding the ball out. Like Chris Paul needs the ball as well. Like what's gonna happen in the playoffs when they play Golden State or maybe the Lakers if they make it? You know what I mean? Like what's gonna happen now when teams is like, all right, we're gonna trap on the pick and roll. Now force it to somebody else to make a jump shot. I mean, like what's gonna happen when the game slows down and Harden can't really do all this? When calls aren't as frequent, you know what I mean? Harden's not gonna get all these calls in the playoffs, bro. Like, you're not getting
turn the ball over like crazy.
A lot, like he did last year, and the year before that, and when he was in OKC, and when he was in the year before that. Like, it's too much, man. It's too much to watch, and it's too much to deal with and it's too much on his plate. Like, he's paid man. He's a paid man in basketball right now. So, like, you're ruining yourself by calling your own plays. Because when you can't do that, when the ball comes out of your hands, it's like you're standing there waiting for something else to happen, waiting for action, bro, waiting for Austin Rivers or whoever else on that team to do something. That's not gonna work, bro.
I don't even think it's him. It's just like it's D'Antoni. Like that. Like
no idea what he's doing.
He's the reason why Kobe tore his Achilles because it's like the way he was trying to play It was like, bro, you got Gasol and Howard. Like, I want to use these niggas, but he ain't want to play Gasol. Like, he when games or Gasol wasn't playing, so it was like Kobe was like, "Fuck this! Like, I'm the offense."
40 minutes a game.
He was playing 40 minutes a night. He was
tore
playing
his foot up, son.
Tore his foot up. Like, come on, son. Like,
40 minutes a night. This guy, D'Antoni's in jail, son. Like,
right. Like, you killed his career, dog. And in the game, he injured himself twice, and it was like, yeah, nigga, we see this coming.
I'm like, pull him from the game, son. He did it twice. And the first time I was like, yo, he's all right. And that's was like, nah.
Right, the second one, it's like, nigga might die. Like,
this nigga might die. Pull him from the game, so I'm like,
right.
What are you doing, son? Yeah, no, D'Antoni should be in prison for that, son. He was doing the same thing.
Right.
I just don't get it, because it's like we know how this movie ends. It's not sustainable, and it's not gonna work when it matters. So like, why? And like you said, Joe, like they don't have a lot of ball handlers right now, but it's like there has to be a medium. Like he doesn't. Yeah, I don't. And it's like they're not winning every game. They were like 5-5 in their last 10.
What's the reason for this? I think he just wants to have the MVP because it's like I coached 4 MVPs, whatever. Because Nash won 2, Harden won 2. It's like I did that. Like my system does that for players. That's what he wants. It's like yo, and he ran Nash to the ground too. It's like not even just like Kobe and Harden and Chris Paul last year. Nash ran Nash to the ground. So Nash was damaged just by finding left hands. So it's like this nigga is done, son. Like this nigga's done. Like you could have extended his career because Nash is not an athletic dude. You could have extended his career by 10, 10 years if you play him properly, son. Like if you just like, okay, well, you're not gonna be the guy now. You're not gonna really be the guy. Like we have other guys. Nah, he was like, no, we're running pick and roll for you. All right, get to the paint, take a hit. Deliver the pass to Amari. You know what I mean? Amari leaves. The next guy, whoever the next guy, I don't remember who was playing with him after. You brother get to the paint, deliver the pass to the next guy, to the 3-point. Like, yo, bro, he doesn't need to be doing all this, man. Like, play him smart, but he doesn't see it that way. He's like, I coached 4 MVPs. Like, I did this. This is my system. 7 seconds or less. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that doesn't work, son. Like, it does not work. Doesn't work.
It's entertaining. Like it will put butts in the seats, and like you'll win regular season games. Like you'll win. Like, but like you have to be able to make an adjustment. And at
some point you got to look at your team and be like, hey, this is not gonna fly anymore. This can't work for too long. Like Harden's tired, bro. Harden is tired. Like you could tell, like you shoot with 40%. Like that. Like a player of his magnitude should never shoot that poorly. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever it is, whatever percentage you're shooting. Like, no, but D'Antoni loves it, man. He loves his system. You know what I mean? Daryl Morey loves it. It's that whole organization, bro. They enable each other.
Right.
Loves the ball. D'Antoni loves giving them the ball, and then Daryl Morey loves shooting the 3. So it's like it's 3 idiots up there making all the decisions for each other, and they're going into their demise, bro. It's like this can't be, bro. Nah. So
I posted it.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
No. I was just about to say, like, I posted it the other day after the Kansas City game. I said, D'Antoni and Andy Reid, they're the same person.
The same nigga, son. They're the same person, son. They're the same person.
True.
The same person.
It's a good parallel. It's a really good parallel.
Same nigga, though.
And I also don't get, like, because when they played the Knicks the other day, it seemed like their game plan was to like force Harden to his left to like a help defender who would like try to swipe at him or whatever. But I don't think there's like enough of a concerted effort to force him right. Like he is left-handed, so it's like I didn't understand why they were even forcing him left. And I would think that the numbers bear out that he's not as effective getting all the way to the rack when he goes to his right, because he always seems to get back to his left.
Right. The thing is with Harden and with a lot of, I don't know about ball, but with Harden, he's better shooting from his right hand. So you don't want him to stop and pop, get a one-on-one, boom, stop on dive, and hit a jump shot. What you want him to do is go to the left and cut off that right hand. So don't let him come back to it. So the Knicks didn't do it properly because he got 60.
Because they can't defend.
And they can't defend. Yeah, you just have horses for that. So like a team like Golden State, if Golden State will see that, they're like, all right, put Clay up here, force him to Draymond. Draymond's going to come up before he gets started, before he gets on a launching pad, cut him off right here. Let him get trapped or whatever. make him give the ball up because he's not going to give the ball like properly, whatever. So like, go left, you get one dribble out of it, maybe one or two dribbles, tops. By the time you're ready to take off, Draymond or whatever better defender, whoever the team is going to be like, the Lakers do. Alonzo on him, LeBron's going to be the help defender. You know what I mean? So you can't let him go right because he's going to shoot. He's going to shoot. Like Kobe was better going right. He was one of the rare guys. LeBron's better going left and shooting from his left hand. So you want to force him to the right hand and make him give it up early. Like don't let him come back to the left so he can shoot it. You know what I mean? Like so I get what they're doing. Yeah. They just don't have the place for that. We have Alonzo Trier and Tim Hardaway and a bunch of other scrubs. Like, we just don't have the guys for it. They played him probably. He is better than all of them combined. That's
right. Because they can't stop him from getting all the way to the basket.
Exactly. That's what it is.
All the way to the basket every time.
That's exactly what it is. You gotta get it early. Like,
yeah. So
you trap him up there before you get started, or you let him get one dribble out of it, and then make him pick the ball up, and then trap it all day. But they just, it's the right thing. Like that's how I play a lot of guys. Like that's how I play roll. Like I force roll left. No, I force roll. I force roll right. I force roll right. I know he shoots better going left. So it's like I'm gonna force you right. I'm gonna hope somebody cuts you off before you got a layup. Right. You know what I mean, that's how you should do it. But I mean, so that's just and
he's like ridiculous to officiate. Like
like it's impossible. It's impossible because it's like was it a foul? Like should we call that? Because it kind of was. Because he initiates so much contact. But I don't want to say he's fishing for calls. He kind of does. But like at the end of the day, like a lot of he does is clean. Like he
fishes for calls. So it's like it's like it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing because like if you're a scorer like that, you should like be aggressive for calls. Like it's a good mindset to have. But it's like the way he goes about it, it's like but it's all contact to be a foul. It's like bro, like. That's what it is. It's like he wants every time somebody touches him, it'd be a foul. It's like, no, bro, like he can do that. Like, he can stand your way, nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he can give you a bump, nigga. Like he can contest the shot, hit your hand a little bit, nigga. Like he can do that. Like he didn't impede you. He didn't impede you from making the shot. Like I seen the 4-point play. Like that's not a foul, bro. Like he shot it. He rose, he contested the shot, and James Harden kind of like initiated the contact over a bit.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Yeah, like kind of just like he contested it, he came up, he came down, he gave you space to land. You invaded his space. Like that's what it is. It's like, but it's like when the refs see him do it, they're gonna give it to him. So it's like it's smart. Right. It's smart on his part, but it's like. At some point, as the ref, you gotta draw a line and be like, listen, not all contact is a foul. Like,
I'm hoping the competition committee, whatever they call themselves, kind of looks at that this summer and it's like, yo, bro, this can't go on. Like, we cannot give a guy over the course of an 82-game season 1,400 free throws, whatever he's getting, or whatever the clip he's like. You can't do that. Like, we just can't. Like, you gotta watch him play. Like. Refs gotta watch film, bro. I don't know what they're doing on their spare time. They gotta watch film, bro. They gotta like before every game. They gotta be like, okay, this is what we're dealing with. Because I don't know. I just don't get it, bro. Like Harden's getting whatever call he wants, and this is like reaching LeBron levels. Remember when LeBron was getting all the calls in Miami? This is it, bro. This might be worse. Well,
LeBron is even different because LeBron is almost like Shaq. He's hard to ref because it's like
he's so fucking
he can take. LeBron takes a lot more contact than like you give him credit for. Because like niggas just trying to drag him down and all of that other shit. So like, with LeBron, I can understand. I just didn't like LeBron flopping to get the call because like, if you don't flop, you're gonna get the call.
You're gonna get the call. So I'm like, yo, like you're gonna get the call.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to flop. We're gonna give it to you. Like well, Harden is like you flopping, and it's like you flopping on just like basic contact.
Yeah, Harden doesn't play like a guy his size. Like Harden's a big dude,
right?
6'5", 220, whatever it is. He plays like a guy much smaller. Like he be folding on little contact, bro. I hit your arm. Why is your head knocking back, bro? Like relax. Like I tap your wrist on a jump shot. You don't need to throw your legs out like that. Like
right.
With him, it's like like if you played his size, he would get a lot of calls. He would get not the same amount of calls, but like he'd earn every foul. Like, yo, Harden's
Right.
tough. And like,
Right.
damn, Harden's in the post, man. You know, he's getting beat up
Right.
down there. But he used to do that. It's like he's going to the cup and he's throwing his hands up in the air. The ball goes flying into the third row. Bro, what is this? Like,
It goes back to the refs too, because like a lot of times the player, like every little contact that you look at the player, you're looking at the ref like, where was the foul? And then on the next one, he gives him the call. Like,
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's not a draw line. Like, no, nigga, it's not a foul. Like, you know how many, you know how many times we didn't play it in like church league or whatever, and like we sitting on the bench, and then after the game or like during the game, the ref is like, where's the foul? It's like, bro, I let you get away with one on the other end. Like, if you want the game to be called like that, we can do that, and it's gonna be ugly. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like learning how to be like they teach you how like why they call what they call and like situation and shit. It's like I wish the refs, the NBA refs, would take that kind of stance. Like, we call this because this is what it is. Like. Because a lot of times, I guarantee you, as much as Harden gets calls, he probably getting away with murder on the other end. Like, I'm letting you grab the nigga shorts, I'm letting you pull the nigga, poke the nigga, like, you grabbing the nigga, and it's like, bro, how much more calls do you want? Like, he was the first player in NBA history, 23s, 20 free throw attempts. Like, you're the first.
Absurd,
that's absurd, nigga.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's
like
no
the perfect.
sense,
that's like the perfect prototype profile for today's game. Like, you just want people getting to the basket and shooting
threes. Yeah.
Right.
And dunk or a three. There's no long twos, no mid range. It's either I'm getting a layup or threes, and that is absurd. That is ridiculous, bro.
I've even heard people mention like whether they should push the line back. And it's like, people are always resistant to like things like that, you know, when there used to be no 3-point line, and people are like, oh, this is the ruin of basketball. And I guess this is what they foresaw, a time where people were just chucking up threes and trying to get layups. Right. I think this is the day that they saw and were like, no, they've killed basketball. But it would be interesting, but it's like,
it would be too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now what all y'all doing? Shooting for 4-point shots now? Like, come on.
That would be super gimmick. A 4-point shot is like the ultimate gimmick.
Yeah. Oh, we down 5. Let's get a 4. No.
Right.
No.
But you realize this is how people felt when they created the 3-point line. They were like, what is this garbage? A 3-point line.
The NBA was trash back then, anyways. I don't give a
OD trash.
The niggas was old and garbage. The mailman. I don't care about none of the old niggas. So
they were shooting jump shots with one hand.
Yeah, I don't want to hear this is like
stand behind the back, dribbling like do.
Yeah, I don't even see it. It's like Bob Cousy at a full spin instead of just dribbling to the left hand, bro. Like, I don't want to hear about no Bob Cousy.
It's always hilarious when you see these like documentaries where they're talking about old basketball and they're like just talking about the players like, oh, he was like as fast as, and then they show some old grainy footage and it's like, yo, this thing is trash. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. It's like, what?
Man, Oscar Robertson, man, he was a revolutionary.
He was something.
Ball handler. This is what y'all was looking at. Like, this is what I was on. Like, this nigga can't dribble. Like, this nigga got no handles. Like, yo.
It's like, I can get the 15th man on a G League roster to strip him every time he reach half court
every
right
time
now.
Court,
every time.
Like, niggas are garbage. Niggas are trash.
Yo, basketball was crazy back then.
Even when the 3-point line came out, it just wasn't jacking it as much as they are.
No. It's just it's like progressed to what. It's nothing close. If you look back, maybe 10 years, it wasn't.
10 years,
It's taken astronomical
10
jumps.
10 years ago, it wasn't this crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we can remember basketball being different. Like, we can remember watching it being totally different from what it is right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a long window. Like, the
back in the
2000s seem like a foreign land from now.
Right.
All those
like
imagine Rasheed Wallace
like
playing in this game, son.
Oh man.
yeah,
Rasheed would do.
Man.
He would cook, son. Rasheed would average 25 a game.
Easily.
right.
He was a stretch forward, but he didn't have like a spot. It was like Rasheed's pretty good.
Right.
Like, you know, he could shoot the
He
three.
didn't care like
Yeah, like if Rasheed was playing in today's NBA, son. Oh my goodness, man. Like, so a lot of niggas just playing in the wrong era, son. We look at these guys now in the scope, and it's like, oh man, whew, these numbers are crazy. And it's like, yeah, they are. But it's like, you know, like, yeah, like Steph, like, and as much as I like Steph has like he's like second or third in like 3-point shots, but he played like a third of the games. It's like, yeah, he's making a lot, but he's taking a lot too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the game is a lot different now. It's a lot up tempo. It's like, but like, it changed like that, bro. I remember in high school it wasn't like this, bro. Like college, bro, it wasn't like this. 2011, shit like that, it wasn't like this, bro. Which is crazy. This shit happened 5 years ago, where everything just started changing, like just like that. Like, okay, what the hell's happened to the league that I once loved? Like that old nigga, you know what I mean?
Analytics.
Yeah, analytics.
Yeah, sports, nigga.
But when it works, it's beautiful, right? When it works, it's beautiful. Like when the Warriors are making all their jump shots, it's like, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. But when Houston goes 0 for 27 to finish out a game, it's like, this is bad. This is bad. This is very, very bad. I can't watch it, son. Like, so there has to be a balance, bro. There has to be a balance. When you're missing shots, do something else. Please,
there's never going to be a balance. It's analytics. It's like, this is the proof. Like, you get to see the game, and then like I hand you a sheet of paper with a bunch of numbers that you can't disprove because they're on a sheet of paper. So it's like,
I printed it out from the game. This is the data.
I printed it. I did my research. I have nothing to do with basketball. I never played it, but this is the numbers that I crunch watching you play. This is how the game should be. So like they just mirror that. That's all. It's the same thing across sports. Baseball is the same thing.
Baseball is bad. And there's no
you have to strike out before you hit a home run. Like there's no like stop a single. There's no like you know how many solo home runs they be hitting because
nobody wants to get on base, bro. Like,
what is on base? Like,
what's his name? Judge had 50 home runs. But he had like 99 strikeouts. Whatever the shit was. I'm saying, yo, this boomer bust, bro. Like. This got to be a joke, so like, get on base, my nigga. Like, please, hit one down the middle. So, like,
back in the day, used to like if a guy hit 40 home runs, he has like 120 RBIs or some shit, like some wild number like that. Now it's like 52 home runs, 98 RBIs, like all of them solo shits. Like, come on, dog. Like, hey, you struck out 200 times. Like, come on, bro. Come on, dog. You went up to bat the whole time, swinging for a home run, like
every time, son. You get 3 chances of that shit, son. I'm gonna swing hard every time. So like, okay,
right.
Swinging for the fences, bro. Swinging for the walls, bro. Yeah,
right. That's what it is. Like you come down, you shoot a 3-pointer because it's worth more. But it's like, bro, if Harden had taken 5 less threes and he converted those into 2-point shots, he could have had 70 probably. My nigga, like,
yeah, literally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we can really say, you did something. Like, you had 70, nigga, like, and you had 15 rebounds. Like, all right, nigga, like, your whole game was shooting the 3. Like we were saying earlier, there was nothing about his game that said he was hot. Like, you just, like, pure attempts alone, 61. Like, all right, yeah, cool.
It happened in football too a few years ago. I don't know if y'all remember. This was like probably 2012, 2011 season, where there was like 7 quarterbacks that went over 5,000 yards. I was like, no. I was like, this is a lie. Matt Stafford did it. A bunch of scrubs was doing it. I'm like, no. This is a joke. Because it was like, okay, the running is not. You don't run the ball. It's useless. You're gonna get 4 yards out of that. I can throw you a 7-yard out, and that's more yards. You know what I mean? So everybody was chucking the ball down the field. I'm like, this is not football. This is backyard bullshit. So I'm like, this is what we do when we play on Linden and Sayers, bro. Like, this is what we do. Like, just
that's what you do with Madden.
That's what you do. Just throw the ball. Like, instead of getting a 4-yard run and maybe you might break one for 12, just throw the ball 12 yards and get it all in one take. Are you kidding me, son? And every there was like 7 or 8 quarterbacks through 5,000 yards, and all of them had mad picks. All of them. I'm like, all right, this is a joke. Aaron Rodgers did it, Drew Brees did it, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Matt Stafford. It was a black dude in there. I think what's his name? I think Josh Freeman was close to it too. I was like, this is like
Josh
joke.
Freeman,
Josh
filthy.
Freeman was like 4,700, I believe. So it was some just absurd number. I'm like, yo, this is what we're talking about. This analytics bullshit. Like, don't throw for 4, throw for 9. You know what I mean? He might break a tackle and go 70. Yo, like, come on.
I think the nerds took over sports, like, and it just like, it's like all those feelings of never being included as nerds as kids. They're like just letting it, like, yeah, we're just gonna ruin all your games now. Like, we're just gonna nerd it up. We're just gonna nerd it up, and you guys can't say anything about it. It's literally a bunch of tech bros running teams. Like, it's a bunch of number crunchers.
I've never picked up a basketball, so not even
Never
shot a jump shot. They don't even own basketball shoes, bro. They play in bands, and they and Chuck All Stars, bro. This is what it is, son. Like yeah.
And none of them get called to the carpet in a game where Houston misses 1,000,000 threes and they have no plan B. You don't have to. The tech guy, the freaking nerd, doesn't have to come down and answer what the number said to why they did that and why that made sense. It's just it's like you
fucked up. Our plan was right. They just asked. It's like, no, you gotta NBA players. They play basketball for their whole lives. Now they just completely changing. It's a flip. You got to flip the switch. Okay, now you're shooting 27 threes in a row or whatever, and you're missing all of them. As soon as you miss 6 in a row, you got to call them out. But yo, guys, what the fuck is going on?
Right, take it to the rack. I'm cool with the numbers. I to a certain extent I subscribe to it, but there's also things about sports that have nothing to do with numbers.
Yeah, you can't
nothing.
It's not tangible. You can't think about you don't think about that kind of stuff. You can't put a number on your brain working properly. Like, yo, Harden's fucking up, bro. You missed 7 straight. Think about what you're doing before you do it now. There's no number on that. It's just, okay, well, you missed 7, so the next one 8 gotta go in, right? And then you missed the 8 one. Oh, no. The number say 9 is gonna go in because now, and then you missed 9 and 10. It's like, well, the number say 13 is gonna go in, and you keep shooting them. Like, oh, you're missing.
There's no algorithm for freaking Isaiah Thomas's sister dying and then him come back and playing. And there's no algorithm for that.
Nothing that tells
there's
you
nothing for that.
That Isaiah would have scored 50 in that game because it's like, no, the nigga was playing with heart, bro, and that stuff means something. But that doesn't fly in NBA right now. It was like there's no algorithm that was like, okay, Jordan is back. He had 2 dud games. He's playing in the Garden now. Garden means he's gonna get a lot of points. The nigga scored 55 and he returned back to the Garden. There's nothing that said that. It's like, yo, Jordan is gonna play in the Garden because he hates the Knicks and he loves playing in the Garden, and that's it. Like this I don't get it, bro. These number shit is garbage, son.
Everything has to be proven. That's where we at now. Like everything has to, even if you we listen to music, so like everything is now streams and all that bullshit. So it's like, even if your song is trash, it went number 1, nigga. It was the fastest number 1. Like, it streamed this amount of times. Like, it's not good, but like it did.
It did numbers. It's like,
right. So that's where the NBA is at now. Like, I have to prove it. So like, he got 60. Russ, he got his triple double, but like, you let 18 niggas run back door, like, because you standing by the ball, you standing by the basket, waiting for a rebound, like.
And Russ is having an awful year. Russ is having awful. I don't care what Russ is having awful.
Paul George is playing incredibly.
Paul George is fantastic.
That's their saving grace.
Russ is shooting 40%.
He's shooting.
He's shooting awful.
He's shooting 41%, 24 from 3, 65 from behind. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yo, you know what I heard with the free throw shooting? Because with his free throws, he used to shoot and then walk out to half court and then come back and shoot the other one. And then they put in a rule to speed up the game where you can't leave the line or something like that. So his percentage has dropped incredly since he hasn't been able to do that. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Right.
I'm happy you said that, because it's like I was talking to E. We was having this conversation, and it's like the way sports is now, they're gonna take away like little things like that we didn't think meant a lot.
Yeah.
That means something. It's like if he takes his free throw, he walk back. Like that's his chance to take a breath, focus, redo it again. Like that's his routine. Now you have to speed that shit up. It's like
Yeah.
you speed everything up, and it's like you ruining the natural like little nuances in the game.
Yeah.
They were running the ball like. You run the ball, even if you get 2 yards. That was the team's chance to like chill out for a little bit. Like now, it's like I have to drop back and pass.
Drop back and
And that's what
pass.
killed
Run
Chip
around.
Kelly. That's what killed Chip Kelly. He tried to play like it was college in the NFL, and it didn't work. You want to play and have 2-second possessions and 3 and out, and then your team is dead. Your defense is dead. Like,
Tired, bro.
and he sucked that person.
And they said it. They was
And
like,
yeah.
they said it when he was on Philly. It was like we didn't have the one. You don't have the personnel because you go 85 deep in college. So like you could
Right.
You can research. You can recycle players in the game more frequently. You only got 53 in the NFL, and only about and only maybe like 25 to 30 players maximum are playing, like give or take, like. And then, like you said, you trying to go 3, you trying to go up tempo, and then you gotta do it again. Like if you don't get if 3 and out, you put your defense back on the field a lot, baby. Like they.
And
You know what I'm saying?
running the ball. They running the ball.
Right.
Right. It's like, all right, running down your throat because these niggas is
Like,
tired.
dang.
All
You
the
got
guys in the
touchdowns,
middle,
big fella.
like, there we go. Run to the outside, a pitch, make your defensive tackle come out and run after the running back. You're gonna call a few screens. Hey, your DT better get out there and make a tackle. Run it down the middle. You better beat the block. Yo, like this is bad, son. Like,
This is
this is
bad. Like the ability to go in a huddle. Like, all right, nigga, we just ran this play. All right, bet. Now we're gonna go huddle. That was your chance to take a breath, catch your breath, talk to the team. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. Not everybody just go to the line.
Run to the line of scrimmage, bro.
Like, come on, son. Like, come on, bro. Like these little things, niggas is trying to take away from you. Y'all not seeing it because y'all want the bag. Like, all right, nigga, you don't kill yourself now.
You're
Like,
gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out the hard way, bro. You're gonna find out the hard
right,
way.
you're gonna find out the hard way. That's why Steph is over. That's why you see a lot more injuries. Cause like y'all just going up and down. Like LeBron pulled his groin. Now he ain't miss time. Now he missing time. Kawhi Leonard, he never played back to backs now.
You gotta
Like,
talk about them. He missed a lot of games. They look ass. Them niggas are ass.
Yeah, they looking real funny in the light. And isn't he calling for Luke Walton's head?
Of course he is.
Yeah.
LeBron is.
Of course he
Like,
is.
yo,
Yeah.
son, you
Didn't we
haven't even
didn't we see
played.
He wasn't even there.
It's like you're not even here, bro. That's
He
why
wasn't even there. Son.
that makes his job a lot harder, buddy. Like, what do you think? Like, I don't get it.
And then other players are hurt. Like Kuzma missed a little bit of games. Ingram missed time. Rondo missed time. Like, oh
I
my
think
nigga,
Lonzo got his
Lonzo-
annual trade deadline injury. LeVar was
Yo,
like, yo,
every
pull
year.
that hammy, son. Pull that hammy. They ain't trading you. Big balls.
You ain't trading, brother. You better take this ball. You better.
Yo, let's talk about this nigga LeVar Ball for 2 seconds real quick. We
You've been gold.
and it's not about like being a hater or nothing like that, or I told you, but like nigga, we talk like I think it was like the 3 of us on Twitter where we was like, yo, this nigga's selling you niggas a bill of goods, nigga. This nigga's trash. Like, like we told y'all niggas this.
Right.
Like,
We
bro,
respected the
I
hustle,
see it.
but we were
Yeah. It was like, but we know Lonzo is not the number one pick.
We told you, like he went number 2 overall for what? Hype. That's it. Like,
Yeah, it was. I was like, he's solid, but like, please don't take him number 2 overall. So like,
I'm not taking you number 2 overall, nigga. Like, no, nigga. Like, and now you're the franchise because LeVar said, trust my boy, and then now you want all 3 of your sons on the same team. They're gonna stink, nigga.
He was smoking big crack with all that.
He was
Like
wildin',
we
nigga.
seen,
You
I
played-
seen Leangelo. I seen Leangelo play, big fella.
I see Leandro.
That ain't
He's not nice.
that ain't an NBA player, bro.
He was not nice, bro. He was
Right.
not
Not nice.
nice.
He got his bag. He got his little Facebook shit. You heard Jay-Z, yeah, I bought 3. I don't understand why we as black people, we hate, I bought 3 pairs. All right, and you got the pairs and they weren't the shoe that you ordered, nigga, because that's the story for everybody. Like, everybody who ordered Big Baller shoes, they never got their shoe on time and it was a different shoe. Like, everybody said,
That's how I was like, oh, when I saw like, oh, 500, like, oh, nah, I'm gonna just cop me a hoodie. I'm straight.
right,
Like,
right.
you crazy. I'm not paying no 500 for the big ballers.
$500 for sneakers, and then they weren't the shoe that you ordered, and then they came late. Like, and he didn't tell you, that it was a new shoe.
It was on back order for like a year, bro.
Nobody said nothing. Nobody said a word, nigga. Nobody
People
said
still
a word.
waiting. People still waiting for their shoes.
Right. Now you expect me to now you want this nigga not to get traded, not to get traded. So yeah, pull the hammy, son. Like,
you heard something.
Lamar is a legend.
And then
that nigga put that stuff.
He thought he was gonna have all 3 of them boys on the Lakers.
On the Lakers, like, come on,
On
bro.
the Lakers, nigga. Like,
But I couldn't be mad at him though, because with Lonzo, it's like, yo, everything he said that was gonna happen with Lonzo happened. So when that happens, you can't tell that man nothing.
He's like,
oh yeah, I seen it. I had a vision when he was born, and then he actually gets drafted by the Lakers. Like, you can't tell somebody that
nigga,
after they watch their kid from a kid.
He swindled.
He swindled the whole league.
He swindled him.
So like, what do y'all think? Cause like D'Lo is balling. Like,
Balling.
do y'all think they would hit the redo button if they could redo that one?
Well,
Yes, nigga.
I don't know. 'Cause I don't know. I think it was probably you, Donald. I was on Twitter the other day. It was like somebody was saying a lot of point guards take a lot of time to develop. Like,
Yeah.
It's like playing quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them just don't have it. It's like the game's too fast. It's too physical until it happens, and when it slows down, it's like, oh shit, I got it. Like, no, I see the game, and then it's like, okay, now you can develop, you can blossom. You know what I mean? But like, so it's still early. It's still early for Lonzo.
Right.
So I don't want to like call it, yeah, like, he nigga's ass. Like, he ain't got no jump shot. You know what I mean? But
there are alarming things about his game.
Yeah, like he stinks, nigga. He not that good.
I just don't want to say, yeah, I would definitely do the redo, because I still feel like we should give Lonzo more time to say, okay, this is what we think Lonzo is. But
no, LeVar talk too much shit. LeVar talk too much shit. No.
I get it, because LeVar put
this year, son. I thought D'Lo was ass until like
until now. Now he's showing.
I never thought Russell was ass. I just felt like because he went to the Lakers, it was a lot at one time. Like, he went to Ohio State, and now you're gonna play for like the glamour Lakers, and Kobe's on the team. Like,
but even when he went to Brooklyn that first year, he was very pedestrian, bro. He was like, okay, like, this kid from the Lakers, he comes highly touted. You know what I mean? He was the number 1 pick or whatever he was. You know what I mean? And then this year, it just happened. It's clicked, and it's like, oh shit, this thing could ball. This
Guards take time, bro. Guards take time. Look at Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield is a baller right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, it's very rare that they come in and they're just off the bat, and when they do, they bottom out very quickly. Donovan Mitchell.
Well, see, that's the thing. That's been my. It's like, I don't know if it's really like me just trying to like justify things in my head. It could be, because it's like, of course, if I did the draft, of course. Like, I can say, like, yeah, I would want Donovan Mitchell. Like,
I still want
but I also look at it like long term, right? Because eventually you're gonna end up having to pay Donovan Mitchell, right? And it's like you have an idea of what he is. You'll say, okay, in a perfect world, Donovan Mitchell is probably like your 3rd or 4th best player on a great team, championship team. But then, like, the way he's gonna play to the point where you're gonna have to make him like your highest paid player on the team, and that's not necessarily where you ultimately want to end up. It's like, I don't want to lose him, but I don't want him to be the highest paid player on my team, because he's not gonna be a guy. He's not gonna be the guy. Whereas like, if you draft somebody who fits as a cog or becomes like the 5th best guy on your team, and then you end up having to pay him as such, as opposed to you draft this guy who isn't necessarily the best player on your team, but he's gonna warrant best player on your team money. That's always a tough place to be when you draft somebody who, you know, they pan out, but it's also like,
but I agree with that. But Frank kind of stinks sometimes, so it's tough.
No, he stink like, well, like, there's no debating, like, Frank is literally if you want like in terms of players who play major minutes, he's the worst scorer in the league right now. That's what he is.
Right.
It there's no two ways around it. And it's not. I still like in terms of him. Like I feel that he has room to grow and he can be better. I don't like, but I can still look at it and say, if you say the right deal comes around, I wouldn't. You have to make it, and I could look at it and say, yeah, in revisionist history, of course you would want Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, like it. I feel like you could be both. People feel like they have to be one way or the other. I could look at Frank and say, I think he'll improve. I still think he has a lot of room to grow. I still think he could be, because ultimately on the team, when it turns around, you're not gonna need Frank to be like your number one scorer. If you're praying to get, you're drafting a guy who you're hoping is a transcendent player. I'm not one who thinks KD, he's definitely coming, but if that's your hope, you're going to want Frank to be a guy who defends. The fifth guy, he's going to be like your fifth option on offense. What I think he needs to be able to do is to knock down open shots. If that's right. My biggest concern with him. If he can't knock down wide open threes, then it's like, okay, then you definitely have to be like, this ain't it.
But just imagine that, man. Now I'm thinking, like, wouldn't it be great to have KD on the team, son? Like, I know it's a pipe dream at this point, and it probably won't happen. There's really no reason. And we talked about this last time. I feel like we always go over this, like, the KD to New York scenario. And but it's like, every time I think about it, it's like, damn, son, like,
of course.
That would be fucking fire, bro. Like, this shit would be special.
Changes everything.
I can see him doing it. I just don't see him doing it.
Like, right. That makes perfect sense.
He's the type to come, but like I don't see it happening. Like,
it'll be too perfect, bro. Like, cause how great would that be? The Knicks finish with the worst record in the league. We get the number 2 pick. You know what I mean? Because the lowest we can go if we finish with the worst record is number 3. So let's get number 2 pick. We draft Ja, or we get number 1 pick maybe. Even that would be even like the great scenario. We draft fucking Zion. We sign KD. KP comes back healthy. Knox decent. It's like that would be too perfect, and it's like the Knicks have been too bad for too long. Where I'm delusional now. It's like it has to turn around sometime, right? Like we've been awful. How long have we been awful for? Like awful. You know what I mean? Like we went to the playoffs 6 years ago. Let's just say from 2011. We've been awful for that since 2011, but we've been god awful since fucking 1999. You know what I mean? Like. Like, that would be too perfect. Like, I'm at the point of complete delusion because it's like, it has to happen at some point. Like, something has to happen. Somebody has to be like, I'm going to go to the Knicks. Like, God has to be like, you know what? They've suffered enough. I'm going to deliver them from this foolishness, this foolish franchise. I'm going to give them KD. I'm going to give them Zion. And I'm going to give them another mid-level free agent that can knock down jumpers. Frank is going to turn into a small forward that can defend. Trio is going to turn into a 6-man of the year. KP is going to be the best of the team. Like that's like this stuff couldn't happen, but it's like it won't. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, that's a great thought. Like that's a great dream to have. Like it's a great thing to write about. Like I'm put on my blog. Like what did this happen? Right. It's something to write about. But it's like happen. You know what I mean? Like we're going to go for another 20 years to get after this. Like we're going to draft a good player. He's going to score a lot of points. You know what I mean? Him and KP are going to go to the playoffs once, twice, and then we're going to be awful again. It's like, this is what the Knicks are. This is what we are. So this is what we signed up for.
This is why we need a Jamaican. This is why we need a Jamaican. This is why we need a Jamaican. This is why. This is why.
No, because like with Cape, let's say, okay, free agency this summer passes, KD doesn't come, boom. You know, KP is going to sign either like a 2+1 or a 3+1. I think it's a 2+1, so he could get to a certain amount of years to where he's eligible for like bigger money. And then once that happens, the clock is really on you because you have 2 years to make some kind of splash to where you basically are on the clock to convince him to stay, or he's probably gonna leave. And so it gets tough. Like I don't like. It'll be perfect if KD comes. But I think there is
even Kyrie or even Kawhi or literally anybody, son. Any one of those three, and I'd be happy with it.
I view Kawhi as like a hell no. I view Kyrie as a, I guess there's a chance.
I don't think so. For
KD's the one that makes the most sense.
It makes the most sense, but
I just can't. I just don't want to convince myself that that's gonna happen. Cause
it
doesn't happen.
That's it.
We've done it before as a Knicks fan. We've done it before. Like, oh,
right.
I've been doing this since I was a kid, bro. Like every year, I was sitting in front of my TV in my grandma's room. We had a TV in my grandma's room, right? That was where we had the cable at the old house, right? So every year I sit on the floor, like, yo, this is the year, man. This is the year. You roll the high together every day, yo. This is the year. I'll dab in the morning. Yo, what's up, bro? This is the year, bro. Every day, right. The same thing. And then
every day, nigga, I lost money betting on the Knicks.
Yo, like,
so much money, nigga. I got $20. They gonna beat these. I gotta pay up.
Like, you gotta pay up. Like, every year, it's the same thing, bro.
I'm doing it to myself.
So like now I'm at the point I'm old as shit, and I've been watching this team mess up shit. I watched the team pay Eddie Curry. I watched them run stuff on Marbury out of town. I watched them pay Amari Stoudemire when he had a bad back. I watched them pay Jerome James. And it's like, yo, when are we gonna pay a good player? You know what I mean? Like,
I watched them trade for Tim Thomas twice, nigga.
Oh,
we traded Tim Thomas twice.
I watched him pay for T-Mac, son. Old ass T-Mac.
Right. We had T-Mac.
Watched him pay for Steve Francis. I watched Mike Sweeten get meaningful NBA minutes, which should never happen.
Chris Duhon lead your team in minutes.
Get 21 assists in a pick. And another D'Antoni guy. Chris Duhon had his career high in assists. You know what I mean? Because he has a ball in his hands a lot. I watched
Nick record, nigga, fuck career high, nigga. Nick record.
Nick record on assists.
Chris Duhon has a Nick record.
Some absurd amount of assists. You know what I mean? Like I watched Amari Stoudemire. I watched Danilo Gallinari get drafted, and I watched Jordan Hill. Like
I watched Antonio McDyess play like 6 games with the Knicks, nigga. Like,
he already broke his back, son. These niggas like, we want Antonio McDyess. Like he's already dead, bro. Leave him alone. These niggas brought him back to life and threw him lobs. Like he's not gonna catch that. Don't fucking do that. Like you know what I mean? So like I'm at the point where it's like I'm all nicked out, bro. Like whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? They still have my support, my undying support. Which is
unwavering
support, which is a indictment on us. We're idiots, you know.
Right.
This is the definition of insanity.
It is.
Do the same thing 100 times, waiting for different results. We've literally been watching the team for our entire lives. We're all around the same age, from the same time frame. The team's been awful, right? And we're like, maybe this year we get KD. It's like. Maybe we'll get LeBron, you know what I mean? Maybe, like, no, nigga, it's not happening, son. Stop it.
Give it up.
Stop.
Yo, I don't know why we're Knicks fans, nigga, but we are.
This is why I'm so gravitated. This is why I gravitated so much towards, like, West Coast teams. Like, I was a Laker fan, Kobe was there. I'm a Warrior fan. It's like, I need the escapism of New York basketball. I need something out. Like this is what it is. Like this is like yo, you need to get out and live your life, bro. Like I'm a whoop for the Warriors. It's like wow, I've never seen a winning basketball in my life. So I've never witnessed it. You know, you know how great it was.
Like, what is this?
Like I was so happy living in the West Coast, living in Bay with the Warriors. I'm like, this is amazing, and this is how it feels. Like fans are happy, son. Like.
Fans are
happy, son. People walk around with Steph Curry jerseys proudly. I see murals wall, son. I'm like, this is what it's like. I've never seen happy.
You cannot do that in New York, nigga. You
cannot. So, like, we have the Yankees, bro. We have the Yankees, son. Like, this is what it is. This is our, like, that's not Mona Lisa, bro. Like, the Yankees is the fucking
every night before I go to bed, I praise the God for the Yankees. Nigga.
I don't know how people are Jets, Mets, and Knicks fans. I don't know how they do
it.
Like,
torture, bro. That's torture.
Why do you watch sports?
Why do you watch it? You can lose, like, you know, every year there's like a point where like all the sports meet, like kind of like you get, like spring training, batting practice. You know, you might get like free agency around the summer year, so you're getting the end of the NFL season. You're getting free agency in football. You're getting basketball season at the beginning of it. If you're a Jets, Nets, Knicks fan, Jets, Mets fan, New Jersey Devils before or the Islanders for this year, like you're legit torturing yourself. Like
it's legit torture.
This is torture, bro. You don't like what you do, son. How do you come home from a long day at work and turn on the television and see the Mets sign nobody? Like they sign nobody.
You planned your whole day to relax to come watch the Mets play. Like
every year, the Mets sign nobody. Got one pitcher. They got one guy.
We got Jarvis Familia back. Yay.
Right.
Like, okay.
It's like, all right, fuck it. Let me turn on the TV. Let me turn on the Rangers game or the Islanders. They're all too. Fuck it. At least the Knicks are playing tonight. They're losing by 30. It's like, okay, well, at least I get St. John's. Like, they're ass too. Like, what do you do with yourselves? Like,
and then you got the Jets on Sunday. Like, yep, the Jets. The Jets wet the bed, nigga.
Like, we have no idea what it's like to win in this city, bro. And this is the most pathetic thing about New York. So, like, if it wasn't for the Yankees winning 39 championships, whatever, and Aaron Judge being a superstar off rip, what do we have, son? Like this, I don't get it.
But this is why when the last time we spoke and you asked who's winning the Super Bowl, I said the Patriots, nigga, because like I'm numb the other way to them. Like, they're gonna win. Like, you have to prove me wrong.
Anybody, until they prove me wrong, I'll keep going with them because every year it's the same thing.
Bet against them.
And we did it, and they did it again. The Chiefs, like, how, like, I don't understand.
I hate my life.
If I need to win a game, I am not picking Andy Reid.
No, you
can't.
You always gotta eat, like, especially when it's against Belichick. Like, no, I'm going with the way better coach.
1 in 10 against Belichick. So, like, at this point, you're his son, bro. Like, you're
of course, yes.
You are his child, nigga.
Yeah, they're the same age too. Like, this is pathetic.
You are his child. Like, I need to win the game. This is to win. This is to go to the Super Bowl. And you had the audacity, the nerve, the unmitigated gall to pick the Chiefs. Take the Chiefs to beat the Patriots. Like, you should be. That's stupidity. Like, that's stupidity right there.
Can't do it.
You can't do it. You cannot do it. And the Rams playing the Patriots. That's why we took so long. That's why I took so long to come back. I'm sitting there calling my boy. He works with the Rams and stuff like that. And he was we were just chopping it up. And he was like, yeah, they want the Rams. And I was like, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl.
I'm not taking Jared Goff over
Tom Brady.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, picking Brady, nigga. Like,
Bill Belichick has 2 weeks to game plan against Jared Goff. All right, I'll take it.
Kidding me, son? Like,
right. No. What? And then they were saying like the Rams could do it. I understand. And they were saying he's saying Sean McVay. He's a savant. I understand.
And they got Aaron Donald and Dominican Sue.
Tom Brady has seen.
Yeah, he's seen everything.
Tom Brady has seen everything, nigga. Name something Tom Brady hasn't seen.
He's seen everything. He's seen more than
Name a situation he hasn't seen. There is none. Like, he hadn't seen Patrick Mahomes. He beat him twice. Like, he beat him early. He beat him in the regular season, and he beat him in the playoffs. Like this is what he does. So don't get your hope up.
Yeah,
don't fight it. Don't fight it.
Like
the Rams are not going to win. Like, no, they're not going to win.
There's no escaping this reality for us. Like, this is life for us. Like, you wake up and the Patriots are in the Super Bowl because it's like, what's the point of getting? I'm not even mad anymore, bro. I used to get pissed. Oh my god!
I was rooting for the Patriots. That's why I was at. Like, I don't want to see Kansas City win. Like, no, nigga, you're not gonna win, nigga.
Against the Eagles.
No,
it was like, the Eagles fans are so like it was like it was so much better when it's like they just hadn't won anything.
Yeah, they're getting like, shit. Yeah.
It's like now. It's like I wonder if that's what's gonna happen when if and when the Knicks finally win. It's like, are we gonna be like Eagles fans?
Oh, I'm gonna be
worse. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to work butt naked, son. Like.
That ass, nigga. I'm scaling the Empire State Building like King Kong.
It's like this shit. Charm.
if the Knicks win a championship in my
I'm,
lifetime,
Nah, it's
I'm gonna
crazy.
be
The city is
so
gonna burn.
Yo, I'll burn it
I'm
myself.
gonna burn it. I'm gonna be right there with it.
I'll burn it myself, and I'll burn with the
So
city.
if the parade
I'll
is
die with my city.
if the
It's
parade
like
is
I can
Sabbath,
die now.
I've lived my life.
if the parade is on Saturday, nigga, guess where I'm going? The Church of Knicks, nigga.
Yo, like, if it's on Monday, bro, I'm not going to work.
Oh,
Right.
I'm probably
Whatever
like,
day
yo,
the parade is, I'm
I'm
calling out.
not coming. Where are you?
Why? Because the Knicks won the championship. No,
Sick?
I'm going to the parade.
So I'll see you.
It's either y'all gonna accept this call out or y'all gonna be okay with me coming without a shirt on for a whole week. 'Cause
Right. Pick
that's
one.
just how I'm rolling right now.
J.R. Smith shit.
Yeah, like
I go to the parade or I come into work naked. Like, that's it. Like,
You choose. Your decision. Bro. Your decision. So see you next week. All right, cool. Thanks.
Right, because I'm not doing this. Like, I do not know how to act right now. The Knicks have won the championship. There's no moral compass no more.
Yeah,
like,
that's all I do.
It's all I do.
Nothing else.
I give.
It's the
There's
purge.
no
I don't
good,
care
evil,
about anything.
nothing. Yep. I'm
Right.
just gonna be a savage. This is giving into all your carnal desires. A fucking Neanderthal. That's just what I'm gonna do. Like, that's it.
Remember, what's the Bernie Mac movie with Chris Rock? The head of state man. Every time he got out the chain, Bernie Mac was slapping niggas. Like, that's how I'm coming out the next the parade. Like, you talking shit. Whap, like, I'm coming out wild, like I'm coming out wild.
Coming right out of Penn Station, hands for
Right,
everybody.
right out of Penn Station. Hey, right on the site. Anybody in front of me, move, nigga.
That's it. That's what it is.
It has to be done. Like,
I was almost at that point when we won the playoff series. Like I was a terrible person when it was like 5 years ago. Even won one series. I was an awful person. So like I'm like, and I look back at it now. I'm like, wow, that was bad. Like you should have said that. Like, and I wasn't embarrassed. I wasn't ashamed at the moment.
No.
And I will not be ashamed when that time comes.
It's won 2 playoff series. Yo, like. You better win a championship. So there's no regrets, no shame, nothing, bro.
I will be proud to be on Warsaw in the news. Like,
absolutely. And I'm doing cocaine too.
Proudly. Right. Right. A line of cocaine, line of powder, a whole pile of powder on my nose. Yep. He has been caught scaling the Empire State Building with a 2-pound cocaine in his system. And all he is wearing is a Knicks hat.
But that's second on the Empire State Building.
But that's second. That's all he's wearing. And if you look on the other side of the building, there's a whole fleet of 20 people trying to do the same thing. Like, nigga, the Knicks have won the championship, nigga.
Yeah, the whole city is gonna burn, son. So that's how I feel about the Knicks. Whoever's watching that now, you know. I mean,
right now you know.
I was happy about the Warriors winning. Like I was there. Like I was happy, but it just wasn't the same. Like I'm a Warriors. I'm a Steph guy. You know what I mean, I can root for them as hard as I can, but it'll never be the same as being a Knicks fan, bro. It'll never be the same. Like even me being a Kobe fan, and like because I'm a Kobe fan, I became a Lakers fan. It's like we watched
when Lakers winning, it was like because Kobe my guy, but it's not the same when the Knicks win. It's not the same.
I watched the Warriors win 3 of them, like, and I was there in 2 of them. You know what I mean? So it's like, but it's like,
it's not the same. It's not the same.
I know. In 2 days, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm move on with my life. The Knicks win a championship. I'll never move on with my life. I'll bring it up in every conversation. You know the Knicks win a championship, right? Yeah. Right. So we talked about this 2 years ago, man. Yeah, you told us. Yeah, but they won a championship 2 years ago. Like,
right. That's the key. They won a championship. That's the key.
Yeah, that's it. That's what matters. Like, Joe, they're 3-13 now. They lost every game so far. Yeah, but 2 years ago they won a championship.
4 years ago, 4 years ago they won the championship.
I'll never stop talking about it. That's my life will be revolved on the Knicks. Like that's what it is.
It's gonna be in the vibes like PJ's wedding, bro. Like, and the Knicks win the championship. Like,
that's a fact.
Fuck the Knicks.
Hopefully it's someday soon.
Yeah.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
Don't hold your breath, man.
Right,
Oh,
I'm not
definitely
holding my
not.
breath.
Definitely not. I'm just trying to think when the Knicks will get their next win, much less.
What's in the championship?
Yeah, like I'm looking at the schedule. Like they got Miami,
L.
then Charlotte. Oh, that's right back to
L.
back too. So that's
L.
Dallas,
No.
L.
Lost.
Boston,
Lost.
L.
Memphis.
L.
Probably their best chance at LW.
Nah,
Detroit.
their best chance is Miami. If they don't beat Miami, all the games is L. So I'm telling you right now, because Miami kind of play up and down. So it's like Miami would
Let me tell you why Memphis though, because the whole thing with Memphis is so. Let me see if I can remember this situation. Like they're gonna be sellers on Gasol and Conley because if their pick is outside of 8, it goes to Boston. So I don't know if you remember that when they traded for Jeff Green.
Yeah.
The Jeff Green trade in like 2015.
Yeah.
So the stipulations are if it's outside of 8, I think it goes to Boston, which I'd actually prefer. Because the other two options are if it's the next year, I think it's maybe top 3 protected. And then the year after that, if they haven't gotten the pick yet, it's no protections. So I just hope it doesn't end up to where Boston ends up with like a unprotected first rounder in like 2021. I'd rather them get like a top 10 pick this year than for them to get that pick either next year or the year after. So Memphis is going to be doing whatever to where they're so bad that it's within the top 8.
Right.
So they can retain the pick, I think. And then the year after that, they're going to try and make sure they're top 3. Because what I want is for that to be them to get it this year. Because I think it's only top 8 protected. And if they get it this year, then okay. If people are saying the draft isn't even that deep, a top 10 pick is good, but it's not like they're gonna get. But Boston drafts well too, so that's the thing. And I think they're likely gonna move that, because I think they're gonna use that as leverage to try and because they've been trying to get another person like a AD or something.
Anthony Davis, yeah, he's gonna be in play for them too. This could be a mad dash.
People were laughing at Danny Ainge for a while, but the Celtics have so many assets still. I think
pisses me off. Yeah,
they might have like 3 or 4 first rounders. Like,
and then a bunch of guys they can trade too.
Yeah, it's really if they can find the right deal. It's like he's played it perfectly. But like I can't even hate on Danny Ainge. He been doing the damn thing.
Yeah, Anthony Davis probably be a Celtic next year or a Laker. But
it's like
the Lakers just don't have access for him.
Bro, I saw the article. I saw an article from like I guess a Laker fan account, and they were like, the Lakers are gonna do anything at the deadline to get Anthony Davis, even trading Lonzo, Kuzma, and
like
Brandon
even.
Ingram. I'm like even. We're talking about Anthony Davis.
He should have been in the first place. He's talking about LeBron now. He's saying even Lonzo. Even nigga, like get out of my face.
If you ever got Anthony Davis for that package, you can give him all 3 and like a future first, and I still might be like, well, you got away with one there.
I don't know, man.
That's a robbery. The Lakers got away with robbery if they gave away all 3 and 1 future first and got Anthony Davis. It's gonna take way more than that.
A lot more than fucking Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, that's the only out of those 3. That's the only guy I'm like, yeah, I really like him. That's it.
That's it,
that's
bro.
The thing.
He can still be traded. He can still be traded.
Right. It's like Boston seems to have the most tools to do it. Because it's like, and that's the thing. These firsts, it's like when you hear first, people are always like, yeah, you got to do that. But then it's like when the draft come around, you're like, okay, I got the 17th pick.
These niggas are ass, yeah.
It's like, yeah, these niggas are
swindle. That's the swindle. All GMs need to hear is all GMs are only need to hear first round. I'm listening. That's how the Knicks gave up.
Yeah,
that's how the Knicks gave up so many. Like first round, oh sure, you can have my next 8.
Right.
Like yeah.
And none of them matter if you don't know how to draft, or like,
Right.
And the draft is a crapshoot at that. Sometimes it's like, yo, we think this guy is okay, and then he gets drafted and he's terrible. But it's like, yeah, it's also not like football. You just got the 2 rounds, and a lot of time in the second, there's a lot of time in the second round, you're like, okay, if he pans out to be pretty good, okay, but you're not even held to anything with a second round pick.
Yeah, second round pick. Yeah.
It'd be some dude who you draft and he's playing overseas, and it's like, yeah, he'll come over in 2037.
And
it's
he
like,
never does.
Yeah.
And then he never does.
Well, he fighting for a two-way contract, like
right.
Or you might get lucky and get a Monte Ellis or something like that. Maybe. And that's once every like 15, 20 years you might get a Amano Ginobili or something like that.
Right. Or Gilbert Arenas.
Or Gilbert Arenas, something like that. You just won't. The second round stinks.
Right.
Second round stinks, bro. They should just dump it completely. Like, just give us 1 round and go home, and just everybody sign everybody else as free agents.
Like Mitch Robinson could be like a good second round steal.
Yeah. Like we talking about steals.
The crazy thing about it is, back in the day, there were more rounds.
There was more rounds. There was a bunch of rounds in the NBA.
Right. It's like, who are y'all drafting at this point?
Yeah, these
seniors, 4-year college seniors.
Yeah.
From the Pac-10.
Oh, yeah.
Pac-10 Players of the Year.
Bunch of blue guys, man.
Right.
Fuck out of here.
That's why I want
no 4-year niggas in my team, son.
No, hell no. Was Lillard a 4-year guy? It's very few. It's very
he was with a small school though.
Yeah, Weber State.
Yeah, like so nobody saw him play until his senior year, so that's fine. A lot of them Duke niggas that go there for 4 years, you're ass. No, if you go to Duke or UNC or Kentucky State for 4 years, you're ass. You stink, bro.
Bad. John Shires, like, you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like it's like, yo, you still at Duke? You still at Kansas?
Like, yo, you still at Kansas, bro? You ain't graduated yet, son? Like,
son,
you ain't get drafted yet?
He trying to get his 3rd championship.
Word, like, these niggas are going to be, like, lifetime Dukies.
Right.
Graduate student, like, you got the graduate exception, like, you a 6-year senior.
Because he finished school early, like, and now he can transfer to Maryland now, and he don't have to go to class. He can just like,
I don't
word. He just hooping.
Right, like, I put you on my team, bro. You like college too much now, nigga. Like,
yeah, he just don't want to enter society. He just like,
right.
I'm just prolonging this.
I'm gonna kick it for a bit. I don't want none of them niggas on my team. I don't want none of those 50 niggas.
Too many ramen noodle meals fucking up his brain. Like, you
niggas be in college forever, son. Nah,
right.
I don't want them old niggas. You're 22 years old now. I don't want you, bro. You can stay where you at. Unless you got caught up doing some wild shit and had to come back to college. Like, if you got caught with a gun charge, you was nice like that, came back to college at 21 or 22. They were like, all right, cool, bro. Like, you know what, you was nice, but you was just an idiot. I mean, you got stabbed or something like that. You went to a small school and got drafted after that. I'll fuck with you, bro. I'll fuck with you. You still got drafted. You was a dickhead. I don't want no nigga that got straight A's in college.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't want none of these smart niggas. Stayed there for 4 years. President of the student association. I don't want no presidents. Nah. That means you're not nice, bro. That means you're not nice.
You about to be an MD?
Oh,
nah.
Niggas want no governors. I don't want no governors on my team, bro.
Right.
I want niggas who only play basketball. That's all you got, bro. Like, Derrick Rose, that's all you got in his life. Kobe had nothing going for himself in high school, bro. Yeah, basketball. KD got no bitches, son. Only basketball. I don't think they got girls. You shouldn't have a job. You don't know how to ride a bike. Nothing, son. Basketball. That's it. Look at Zion. He got nothing going for himself, man.
Nothing.
He got nothing. He can fail on his test. Nigga don't go to
Nothing
class.
but a bench press. He only got is a bench press, a hoop, and that's it, son. All he got is weights. All Zion got is weight, son.
You got the deadlift joint right there.
He got the deadlift joint right here.
You got the squat rack right here. That's it.
He don't got no books. He don't got no books.
Hey, what's that book name, my nigga?
It's mad and short, nigga. This is mad.
Sure.
It's mad. That's mad and short. This book bag, nigga. It's a not book. This is inshore. This is mad and short.
Mad and sure.
Mad and short, nigga. He drinks
Mad
like
supplicant. He got mad supplicants.
and he drinks like 3 at one sitting.
It's like, yo, Zion. It's like, yo, Zion, that's not good for your kidneys, bro. You gotta relax. He's like, nah,
He
son,
drinks
I'm
3
just
at
getting
one
brolic.
sitting.
I'm going to the league, bro.
I'm going to the league, nigga. I'm going, dogs. That's who you need, nigga.
Those are the
That's
ball
what I
players I need, man.
Those are the ball players you need. Like, you remember when the Browns, they drafted this 29-year-old quarterback? Like, he had a family. Weeded, right? Like, I don't want you, nigga. You too old. You got a family, nigga. Like, you have a whole kid. You have a wife.
Family, son.
You have a family.
Wait,
nigga.
you in the minor leagues? You in the minor leagues for like 3 years? Like, what?
Yeah, like he played baseball for a minute, son. And they're like, we want that guy. You sure? You sure? He got way too much life going on. He can leave at any time. You know what I mean? Like this
like, you don't come into the league with a family, nigga. Like, you had a wife.
You don't. You don't.
Come on, son. You had a babysitter already. Like, come on.
He already had a
dog.
pension set up from the MLB, son. He was like, I'll play this for 3 years. I'm gonna set up this pension.
He got a retirement plan already. Nigga, he had 401k and all that already.
So he already had a job, son. I don't want this job, bro. It means you
son.
basketball court. You know what I mean? I want niggas that basketball.
29, nigga. 29. 29.
Nah, they violated. Only the Browns were trash.
Only Browns.
Only the Browns, nigga. Like, and he went first round too. Like, no, nigga. Like,
That's
no.
insane, son. Brandon
No.
Reed was horrific.
Garbage. Son.
No.
And it was so, like, and then you see like Mike Mayock and all the niggas that be on. Yeah, he's a good nigga for Browns.
Oh my
Because of
goodness.
the arm strength he has.
All of them.
Bro, like he's 29
Freaking,
years old. I don't
Mel
care.
Kiper,
Mel
Big
Kiper,
Boy, and Todd
Todd
McShay.
McShay, and all of them
It's like,
college
come on, son.
football niggas.
You look back on their big boards, mad L's every year. It's like, yo, you said he was nice, bro. Like, what? They got the best jobs in the world. They get paid.
You work 3 months out of the year, son.
Yo, 3 months to throw out these mock drafts. And then you go back and they shot like 30% from the field on them every year.
Nobody drafted what you said he was going to draft, bro. Nobody ended up on a team you going to stay anywhere. Like, bro.
It's like,
Right.
Son, this is
How
your
is this
one
a
job.
job? How is this
And
a
then they
job?
did it, and then they didn't account for like trades happening in the draft. Like,
They don't do no journalist work. Like, you know, you got to do, like, I got to ask around. They're just guessing. They just be tossing shit out, son. No columns in January. None of that. It's just straight mock drafts, bro. Soon as the Super Bowl's over, okay, Tom McShay come up. All right, guys.
right,
Here we go.
it's his time to shine now. It's his time to shine.
No columns during the year. No Bleacher Report. No interviews. Nothing. Every year it's the same time. Tom McShay come through with the hair. Or no, Mel Kiper with the hair.
Mel Kiper with his hair.
Tom McShay, cool guy, would have come through. They work 2 weeks out of the year. The NFL draft comes up. They wrong about everything, and they go back into hiding for the rest of the year. And just collect the paycheck. Like, yo, you steal it from ESPN, bro. Like,
Steal it, nigga.
doing checks, bro.
ESPN fired all them reporters. All
Yo,
them reporters, but we still got Tom McShay and Mel
Tom
Kiper.
McShay and Mel Kiper, son. Like,
For what?
what, son? For what?
For
They don't write
what?
nothing. They don't interviews, nothing. Son. They just sit there on TV. They buy 2 suits a year. I mean, just wear them back and forth. They switch the top.
2 suits a year.
Yeah, switch the
Yeah,
top.
it's
One for
time.
draft day.
One for draft day and one for ESPN. One, you're like, yo, are you serious, son? Let's switch the ties up. You know, you're like, yo, come on, son.
They hit up Jose Banks twice a year. For the 70% off sale. You get a suit, 7 shirts, 3 pairs of socks, 4 shoes, 12 ties, and you get the
For
owner's son. And you get the
$99,
owner's son
for $99.
for $99. Yo, Joe's
And
so
they'll throw in the garment bag for free.
garment bag.
Your garment bag for free, nigga. So you traveling on the road, bro. You got something to put this.
You got all the garbage bag, bro.
Hey,
All the garbage bags.
hey.
Oh my God, I'm sweating.
And they stuff all that stuff in the garment bag when you leave. It's like,
Yeah,
yo,
one garbage bag.
it's like, yo, I don't think it could fit. They just like,
Right.
nah,
That's all.
here,
It's all work.
take the garment. We got it.
And you can keep the hangers too, bro. You can keep the hangers too. You can keep the hangers, bro. You can keep them, bro.
Yo, oh my god.
Hey, that's it. Hey, steal it, buddy, from ESPN, dog.
Fuck
Steal
them
it,
niggas, man. I'm the best job on earth, man.
The best job ever.
Oh, son.
Oh, dang, son. Oh, I'm crying.
Just take that, son.
Oh, man. I'm going to start making a big board. I'm just going to
I was gonna
throw
do it. I was
names.
gonna write mad names on it, son.
Nah, next week we should do that shit. For next
Nah,
week, next time
yeah.
we come, we should do that, son.
Yeah, next week, next show, whoever's watching.
I got space right here. I got space right here, dog.
Yeah,
I got space right here.
Got space for the board.
I'm gonna watch some tape,
Word.
which means I'm going on YouTube and watch the highlights.
Right.
But he was alright. Put him in the big board. Put him on top. Oh, that was one handed catch. Put him up top. You know, oh, he's a right tackle. Put him up top. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it.
Oh, he's a defensive end coming from Ohio State? Yeah, he's number one on my big board. He's number one. He's number one.
Oh,
His last name is Bosa? Okay, yeah. Bosa? Yeah, definitely.
He's an offensive lineman who went to Central Michigan. They weren't really good, but he pancakes block really well. First
number 3 on the big board. Like, oh, there it is. A running back, Arkansas. Number 3 on the big board. And this is a quarterback from Purdue. Number 1 on the big board.
And I sneak in like 5 Alabama players.
That's it. All
Yeah,
defensive
it.
players, all linebackers and safeties, bro, and 1 defensive tackle. You know what I mean? A wide receiver from USC. Yep, put him up top. Just go to the big schools, man. That's it, and you good.
That's
and
it.
just
Like
make
we know how this draft is gonna
I know
go.
how it works. I know how it works.
SEC is gonna have like 17 players in the first 20, like
Always.
and everybody else is gonna be from the Pac-12 with a big dog, like, and they're gonna be wide receivers and running backs. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's how it is.
Same
That's
every
the way
year,
it's
man.
going to go.
It's the way it is every year, unless you have this one wild quarterback like Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, he won the Heisman, and he should go play baseball. Cause you stupid if you turn out nigga.
The thing is with baseball, the bag is much longer to get. You know, I mean, it takes a lot longer, but still. Yo, like there are reports with him being like 5'8", like.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the height, nigga. If you can, he was drafted in the first round in baseball.
Yeah.
Go play
But he
baseball.
probably don't
nigga.
want to go play in the minors. He don't want to play in the minors for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a couple years.
Like 5 years,
He'll
yeah.
get paid, nigga. He gonna
Yeah,
get
he'll
paid.
get. Yeah, I know.
He'll
And
get paid.
if you're like, because what they projected him as like a Jackie Bradley Jr. or
I'll be back, yeah.
Mookie Betts kind of. So I mean, yeah, I mean, eventually he could make big money, and you're not running the risk of brain damage. So you would think
And then
quarterback. It's, I don't know.
he can
He
go
might
to the he can go to the athletics. Like, come on, son.
Right. Yeah. I guess, I mean, or he might just
Yeah.
genuinely be on some he like football more. I don't know. I can't call it.
He should play baseball.
I thought it was weird too, especially I was looking at the height. I'm like, yo, you 5'8", you gonna play quarterback in the league?
Right. Right.
Not that it can't be done, but
Right. I think it can, but it's like you
it's
can
big
be a
money in
5.
baseball, man.
You can be a 5'8" savage in baseball, dogs.
Yeah.
You know how many players won MVPs, 5'8", Lincecum, he won Cy Youngs, like he was my size pretty much.
How
nigga,
big is
could
Jose Altuve? Jose Altuve is
like 5. He's like 5'2", nigga. Nigga mad small.
right.
He's
Right,
mad
size
small.
is-
MVP, he got a chip. Like, come on, son. Go play baseball, dog. Get that money. Nigga gonna get a 10-year, $430 million contract from some team. Nigga, yeah, nigga, I'll take that.
Right.
And
Don't
you
make
can
no
play out the
sense.
10 years rather than in football where one injury can and it's over. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
But
good.
he must really love him some football.
I heard he was trying to his camp may be using it as leverage. So it's like if he loves football, maybe whoever in the baseball would offer him more money.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think there's still time because he declared for the draft, but there's still time to where I guess they could still work out things on the baseball side. I don't even know.
Right. Right.
But we gonna see. We gonna see. Do you even think he could play? You think he would be good in the league if he got
Base
drafted?
in the
No,
NFL,
in football, yeah, to play quarterback.
most football players who play baseball, they're good.
Right,
Because it's like Colin Kaepernick, he was a pitcher in baseball. And it's like
right.
when you watch Russell Wilson, the reason why he
Yeah, he
like
played baseball as well.
played baseball. So it's like even Mahomes, same thing. Like
Right.
he can side on nigga, because I can
Yeah,
it's like throwing a guy out at first or like turning a double
yeah.
play. Like so
That's true.
he knows how to handle the ball. So it's like I think he'd be good. Like I don't
That's true.
I don't think I don't think the height makes that much of a difference. But like I'd
Just
go
in
play
terms of seeing over the line, like Drew Brees be doing the little peek over, and Drew Brees is 6 feet.
right. But Russell Wilson does it.
Yeah,
Baker
Russell
Mayfield
still.
do it.
Yeah. A lot of these smaller QBs are doing just fine.
I just think
5'8" is small though. He looks so tiny. Like when you see him, he looks small, man.
yeah, yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see. I don't even know what Joe was on because we about ready to wrap this.
I think he said he'll be back, but we almost done anyway. So
Word. So we gonna come back next time with the mock draft. Hit
yeah,
him with the
big
mock
boy,
draft.
the
Big
percut,
board status.
the neophytes, big boy. That's what we're gonna
Word.
call. And for all those who watching, don't pick the Rams to beat the Patriots.
Don't do it to
Don't do
yourself.
it to yourself.
Don't do
Don't
it to
set
yourself.
yourself up for that disappointment. Brady or Goff, who you picking? That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Brady or Goff, who you picking to win the game?
Easy
Like
call. It's an
that's an
easy
easy
call.
call. That's an easy call.
You
Don't do
cannot
it.
put your money. You can't put your money against Tom, man.
Can't do it. It don't
Don't
even hurt
bother.
me to say it. It don't even hurt
Nah.
to say it.
Yeah. I'm over it. It is what it is. He's the best.
Right.
All right, y'all.
Till next time. Deuces.
Peace,
Godspeed.
peace.
Godspeed.